Chris Pratt, more like Chris Pratt.
My president is Trump. My president Trump is live, brother. I don't know if I want to. We'll do a little bit. We'll look a little bit. We'll look a little bit. I do want to see him. He's looking plump. I miss him so much, dude.
Thank you very much, everybody.
I miss him every fucking day, dude.
Special hello to a very, very special place, Georgia. Thank you. And I want to congratulate a team that we all love, the Georgia Bulldogs. That was a big win.
Wait, is that Ivanka Trump?
You obviously have one of the best teams in the nation. That's looking like a fact. We have one of their players from a few years ago with us tonight. You know that, right? A special man. I'm thrilled to be back in this magnificent state with thousands of hardworking, God-fearing, freedom-loving American patriots. And 1 year from now, Georgia is going to be a central battleground in our fight to rescue our beloved nation. We have great, great people running. Many of them are right here. Hello, Marjorie.
I love Marjorie.
With your help, we're going to take back...
Like, Marjorie Taylor Greene is, like, deranged enough to want to fuck Trump, right? Like, that's... We're in agreement on that, right?
Where she can work very hard to bring back a city which she has helped to very much destroy.
Marjorie.
Just like they're destroying our nation. They're destroying our nation. We're going to fire your ultra-left-wing Senator Raphael Warnock and elect the great Herschel Walker to the United States Senate. And we're going to take back our country from these lunatics. In just 8 months, Joe Biden and the radical Democrats are well on their way to turning America into a third world nation. That's what's happening. You see it here as much as anybody. I told you so during the election and during the campaign. Inflation is skyrocketing. Unemployment is rising at a level that nobody can believe. Main streets are being boarded up. Murders are through the roof. You look at what's happening in these Democrat-run cities. Violent gangs are drugged out. Vagrants are taking over our big cities, our once great cities.
Best prime purchase ever.
Corruption is rampant. The senior ranks of our military have been politicized. Our leaders are issuing unconstitutional executive mandates, and our country is being turned into a migrant camp. It's what we are. Other than that, how are things going? It's really not even believable what's going on, but it's going on nevertheless. Each and every one of us here tonight must do everything we can to save America. We're talking about saving. Remember? We had Make America Great Again. Then I said, oh boy, now we have to do it again because what they've done. So we had Make America Great Again. We made it great, now we gotta make it great again. That begins with an earth-shattering win in November 2022. And by the way, we never forget 2020, just in case you have any questions. We're not forgetting 2020. Most corrupt election in the history of our country. Most corrupt election in the history of most countries. To be followed by an even more glorious victory in November of 2024. We're going to have a big, big, beautiful victory. If we have a country left in 2024, that's the problem. We're going to have a country left. What they're doing at this level, you're not going to have a country left. There's no greater crisis facing our nation today than the catastrophe on our southern border. You've been
take
watching
care.
it, and a lot of the fake news, and you got a lot of them back. Look at all of those fake news people. Wow.
Do they even send camera crews
need
to
to make
this
America
other than
great in the
like,
first
you
place,
know,
bruh.
these fucking websites? Like the only websites that go to these fucking things now is like truthteller.eaglefuck.net. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's like a actual CNN camera crew out there. I mean, I'm sure there's like reporters covering it on the ground, but
Gold and power. I don't know if Joe is exactly involved. I don't know. No, I don't know. I really don't. But somebody's really screwing up our country. They're destroying
I
our
love
country. In Del
the-
Rio, Texas,
I love the extremely normal blacks for Trump guys who are famous for being normal and having normal points of view are going like this when talking about Joe Biden. Like, oh yeah, he's crazy, Joe Biden. Bro, you guys like, I mean, the Blacks for Trump group, especially the main dude, is like an insane person, literally.
Most people would say they were doing one hell of a job, right? Don't you think? They're in trouble. Can you believe it?
He's right there, Michael the Black Man.
This would never, ever be happening if I were your president, and we should have been your president. 75 million votes. When I was in the White House, illegal aliens knew that if they broke our laws and trespassed across our borders, they would be caught, they would be detained, and they would be thrown out of our country very rapidly. So they didn't come. They didn't come because it was not worth the trip, and then you have to go back.
Audit has shut.
It wasn't worth the trip. When they made the statement, come with open arms, the world is coming into our country. They're emptying their prisons into our country. I used to say from Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, Mexico, but now it's from many countries all over the world, including the Middle East. They're emptying their prisons into our country. We're having people coming into our country that we do not want. We do not want. Under my administration, we ended catch and release. We shut down asylum fraud. We struck historic agreements with Mexico and Central American nations to stop illegal immigration, and we deported dangerous criminal aliens by the tens of thousands, including MS-13 killers. We got them out by the thousands. We built almost 500 miles of powerful border wall, and it was tough because we had to go through 2.5 years of litigation against Democrats that were suing us, including Congress. We created the most secure border in the history of the United States of America. And the wall could have been finished in a month. They didn't want to finish the wall. This is not even believable. It took us, we were building at record rates, but we had to get the approval from the courts. 2.5 years of fighting and winning 11 different cases. Now Joe Biden has thrown the border wide open, and our country is being invaded by hundreds of thousands of people every single month. Every month, we have hundreds of thousands of people coming, and we don't even see the people that are really coming in. And I guarantee you, they're the worst of all. According to one report, over 220 miles of the area near Del Rio is now completely, totally just absorbed by people, but totally unpatrolled. The police are saying, you know, what do we do? This is an invasion.
That blonde lady over his left shoulder is 100% terrified of being placed next to the Blacks for Trump squad. At the Hasanabi truck, an Asian
Wasn't there
person
literally a
with
wall
hat on
there,
the
but
left.
then it like got blown up by a hurricane?
They're all suing now. They're going to make more money. They have contracts to build the wall, finish the wall. They said terminate. Let's terminate. First day, we're going to terminate. And now the contracts are going to get more money for not building than they ever got for building. You got some contractors over here. They're laughing because they know exactly what I'm saying, don't you? Biden
They're not saying kill them all. They're saying build the wall. I mean, it sounds a lot like kill them all, but
crippled ICE.
Come on, chat. You know what they're saying.
ICE. Tough. I wouldn't want that job.
I mean, it's the same shit. That's what they want. But like,
come here. Let me look at him. Look at that beautiful Stand up in the chair. Stand up in that chair. Help him. Look at this guy. Right? It's a good. He's been. How many rallies have you been to? Oh boy, he's a great guy and a great patriot. And you know, when he takes that back off, he goes into his shirt and he probably goes back to his accounting office. But we love you. You're great, and we appreciate.
I love that he knows his freaks, dude. He's like pointing out to his freaks.
Great guy.
I love that. Like, that's my little freak. He's a wall. He dresses like a wall. What a psycho.
And his policies are acting as a magnet, attracting illegal aliens from all over the planet. Yet, despite this obvious disaster, radical Democrats in the House and Senate continue to push for mass amnesty. You know, it's really hard to believe they think this is good. When you look at what's happening, as you know, Haiti is emptying out into our country. Haiti, they have a lot of problems in Haiti, and it's very sad. But we're bringing people into our country that it's just a terrible, terrible, terrible situation. We're living through the worst border crisis in the history, probably, of civilization. There's no border. Nobody has a border like this. We don't do anything. You know, other countries, even if they're not well equipped, they put up a fight. They don't let people come in. We're just letting them just walk right in. And your own Senator, Raphael Warnock, has not uttered a single solitary word of criticism because he's a Marxist controlled by the radical left Democrats who don't believe in borders and they don't believe in a nation, and they don't believe in our nation. I don't believe they believe in our nation. Next year, Warnock and every single one of these far-left lunatics must be routinely and resoundingly and decisively defeated. They have to be defeated. You're not going to have a country left. If you want to have a country left, you must elect no Democrats and vote only for America First Republicans. America First. You know, we have a couple of great, we have Save America, which is great. We have a lot of different, Make America Great Again. We'll never give that one up, right? Make America Great Again. I thought we could sort of put it aside for a while, right? But as soon as they came in, we said we need that one again. But we have some good ones. But when you think about it, some of those phrases are so, they're so perfect. Some of the phrases, think about Make America Great Again, Save America, America First. Think of it, America First.
I feel like his brain is no good.
When Biden first came into office, if you can believe
He's having
this,
like a little brain fart moment.
We don't
there.
believe in America First policies. I said, you know, even if you really don't, you can't say that. It doesn't work. He doesn't believe, but it's true. They don't believe in America First. They don't believe in America First policies. The world is eating our lunch. They're laughing at us. They watch what happened in Afghanistan, and they think we're weak and stupid. And I'll tell you, when I was president, they respected us. They respected this country. Because they were ripping us off, and we stopped it. We stopped it, and we'll go into it, too. For the last 8 months, Biden, Pelosi, and the Socialist Democrats have been relentlessly pushing the demented lie that their political opponents are the number one threat. Think of it, the number one threat to national security. They call them the Trump people. You know what that is? That's 75 million people, but it's really much more than that. Much, much more than that. And that's the largest vote by far ever gotten by a sitting president. No president has ever come close to it. And most presidents go down in the second term. Even if they win, they go down. Obama went down, way down. But he won. Well, I don't know. Maybe he won. Who the hell knows if he won? Nowadays, with these elections, who knows if he won? But he went down a lot, and he won. Most of them go down. Some of them go up. But if they go up, they don't go up much. We went up by 12 million votes. I was told, sir.
Bro, he's still doing it, dude. Didn't the Arizona recall show that it was all fucking hogwash?
1 million votes, you can't lose. Well, we went up 12 million votes, and they say we lost. But there never has been
Damn, get new fucking
You know,
content,
there
dude.
never has been a concession.
I guess they're all fucking demented hogs, so they don't give a shit. Oh my god, look at the Asian dude back there. I guess they're all demented hogs though, so like, it's like your grandma and grandpa watching like the old hits. You know what I mean?
Stacey Abrams says,
Like they're going to Vegas to see like a dying fucking musician play his like best hits again. You know what I mean?
Okay, no problem. Oh, she's not going to concede. She's not going to concede. Of course, having her, I think, might be better than having your existing.
No content ass, dude.
Might very well be better. But when she says that, no problem. When crooked Hillary Clinton says, don't ever concede, but she conceded. Of course, I got her at 3 o'clock in the morning. There was something going on there. But she conceded.
What?
She probably regrets it. But I never conceded because I saw what was happening, and I can't do it.
Wait.
I can't do it.
How did he turn that into a virtue? He used to lie about how Hillary never conceded either. And that's why I'm not conceding. Now he's like, Hillary conceded because she was a pussy. I didn't concede because I'm stubborn and also proud.
Race from the basement.
And I won.
Somebody ran a good race. We don't know who the hell it was. It was somebody ran a good race. But the fact is that we ran a great race. A major media group came and they interviewed me 2 weeks ago. They go, sir, what was the difference between 2016 and 2020? They meant that like as a negative question. I said, well, let me tell you the difference. We did much better in 2020 than we did in 2016. We did much better. We did much better. The rallies were bigger. They were more enthusiastic. We did much better.
Dude, last night we were just watching Trump debates. Like with the homies, you know, because that's what you do when you get together with the guys. You just like throw on Donald Trump, 2016 debates, 2015 debates, like. And I mean, he was just fucking destroying fools, dude. It was crazy. Yeah, we were watching like him fucking rip into Jeb Bush. He really did fall off, like. But just wait, dude. Wait until he's on a debate stage with like Liz Cheney and shit. You know what I mean? He will 100% win again if that's the case. They love him, dude. He controls the party.
And probably in the history of politics in the world, there's never been a movement like this. I said, are you going to write that? He said,
look at that. There's no other American president that can fill up crowds like this right now. No other former American president can fill up crowds like this exclusively to just like speak like this. I don't think Obama would be able to bring a crowd like this together during fucking COVID too.
I said we did better in 2020. Joe Biden is not merely a threat to our national security. He's actively demolishing it before our very eyes. Biden triggered millions of illegal aliens to rush our borders in the middle of a global pandemic. In the middle of the pandemic.
Trump is a televangelist without the religion part. I mean, his religion is like American hogism.
Where's that mandate? Why aren't they imposing a mandate? I mean, they impose a mandate on everybody, but not the people coming in. In Afghanistan, he humiliated our nation with the most appalling display of incompetence by an American president in history. 13 great young warriors were murdered and many injured, and a total of 170 people were killed, with many very, very badly wounded.
By the way, chat, I wasn't talking about like Obama's ability to fucking draw a crowd or Joseph Robinette's ability to draw a crowd demonstrably doesn't matter because Joe Biden won. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that like it's remarkable that he has this level of zealotry behind him. Like clearly it doesn't matter if you can fucking, you know, sell out arenas when you still lost to a carcass, right? But what I'm trying to say is like these people are like delusional and they idolize him to a point that is like honestly incredible.
You saw him. He did a great job, Lance Corporal Hunter Ian Clark. Lance Corporal, come up here. Come up here. Come up, handsome guy. Hunter comes from a military family and went to school right here in Perry, Georgia. Can you believe that? Come on up here, Hunter. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
You want to say something?
Hey, my name's Lance Corporal Hunter Clark. I'm here from Warner Robins, Georgia.
Bro, why does this dude look inbred as fuck?
Pulled the baby over the wall, and it's definitely probably one of the greatest things I've ever done in my entire life. I just want to thank all the support from all y'all. It really means a lot, and I'm glad to be home now today. Thank you.
Oh, he was one of the Marines? He was one of the Marines that, like, he's the one that fucking pulled the baby up or something? Bro, he just straight looks inbred, dude. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Hunter, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
He literally got up there and he was like,
you did a good job.
he's like, I'm having heartburn right now. I haven't stopped eating pork since I've been back.
Perry, Georgia. Biden surrendered our forts and air base in Bagram. You know, we were going to keep the air base because it's right next to China. And their military institutions and their installations, and they have a lot of things surrounding it. And we had this big, beautiful air base that cost billions of dollars to build. And we were gone. We didn't even turn out the lights. And one day we were gone. And you know who's looking at it now?
Literally his evacuation plan. Like his evacuation plan.
We were never leaving that. We had
like unironically his evacuation plan. Unironically his own negotiation, his own deal. Literally shitting on his own deal right now. Doesn't matter.
I said you can't do it.
He got the best of both worlds, baby.
You've ever been hit. You can't do it.
Like 7.
And he understood that, and he left us alone. And we would have never moved our military out first. We would have never. They would have gone last. First Americans, then our people that deserve to come out, of which, by the way, the people that came out are not the ones that they were talking about. That was just like a mad rush. But Abdul understood that he was not going to do anything to us, and we would have taken our soldiers out last. We would have bombed our 5 bases, and we were going to occupy Bagram for a long time to come, and it would have been so good. But this guy, they just took the military out first. That's like the captain of the ship. Much more severe, by the way. If a captain of a ship goes, you say, all right, he didn't have guts, but it's not going to affect it too much. They took the military out first. And that's why you have those 13 empty seats right there. That's why. Because they took the military out first, and they created a void. And the Taliban said, what's going on? I can just see Abdul. He gets a call or a message. It said,
Joe Biden hit
the military has
by
left.
stealing the presidency.
He said, you're nuts, in their language. There's no way. Sir, the military has left. They've abandoned. They've surrendered. They've quit. Whatever the hell he said. And I guarantee he said there's no way that happened. Nobody could be that stupid. They're smart. You know, they're good fighters. The Taliban, the Afghans generally are very good fighters. Very good. Among the best, actually. And they said, no, he did. And they sent a group in. And they said, you know what? The military is not there anymore. That's why we had to bring people in that weren't even familiar with all of it. They brought those 13 great people, and many that are wounded, very seriously wounded. They brought them in, among others. They moved. This Millie is an idiot. I got to know him. He's an idiot. Okay? They moved the military out first. Let's get the military out, and then after that, we'll negotiate for hostages, okay? And let's leave them $85 billion in America's finest weapons and latest equipment. And he abandoned hundreds of American citizens in enemy-occupied territory, and the press is trying to play the whole situation down like it never took place because they are among the most corrupt people in this country. You don't even see it anymore about Afghanistan. They don't talk about it. They don't talk about it, but I will. The Democrats are after me with prosecutors and everything else they can think of. Like, they want to make sure that I just be quiet. But you know what? They want to silence me just like they've silenced so many others. It's one of the reasons we don't get the support we should from a lot of very good Republicans, but they're not as brave as they have to be. And others are in agreement with us, but they're afraid. The people we're dealing with are evil and angry and destroying our country. They're destroying our country. And they want to go after me because I have, they think, a big mouth. I don't have a big mouth. You know what I have? I have a mouth that tells the truth. I have a mouth that wants to save.
Okay, this is new. What is that? What is that even? They say I have a big mouth. I have a mouth that tells the truth.
Now Biden is bringing into the United States tens of thousands of unvetted, unscreened Afghan nationals who never worked with the American.
Someone said the barbs are at the bottom. All the barbs, dude. The new barbs.
13, 14 years old.
Oh my God! Look at how many barbers are out there in the fucking support group.
Doing that with the child bride? A lot of those people that rushed the planes are not the people that worked with us. They're people that wanted to get out. You're going to see some bad things happen over the coming years. It's a disgrace.
That's right. I fucking
in just the
said
last
it,
few
dude.
days, one Afghan national arriving in our country has been charged with sexually assaulting a child, another with strangling and beating his wife, and in New Mexico, a great, great place, by the way.
Oh my God,
a group of male
what a piece
Afghan
of shit.
evacuees reportedly ganged up on a female American service member.
Oh
and
my
brutally
God.
assaulted her.
Oh my
Ask
God.
Germany.
I fucking
How are
said
they
it. I
doing?
spoke too soon.
They're not too happy.
Oh my
Ask
God,
Sweden.
dude. He's
How
bringing
are
back
they
he's
doing?
bringing back
They
Islamophobia
wanna
in a
tell
big
you
way,
the
dude.
Nice liberal
Big
way,
fucking
but it's
way,
not working
dude.
out too well. Biden terminated our very hard fought for travel ban. You remember the travel ban? Like, we don't want people coming from countries that want to destroy us, okay? You know, it's pretty simple. On terrorist occupied countries that we went through the entire system to defend and won in the Supreme Court of the United States. This travel ban went on for 2 years of litigation, and I ended up winning in the Supreme Court of
Bro, how
the
are you gonna
United States.
fucking
It was very
agitate
tough
against the Afghan
because all it
immigrants
says
that are
is
that like
people that want to
people that are fucking
stores
coming to the United States
and
because,
blow up
and
our
that were
streets and our
working side by
cities.
side with the American
People that wanna
forces,
hurt
dude.
People.
Jesus
People that
Christ.
don't love our country. We don't want you in the United States. That's the travel ban. And Biden is drastically increasing the number of so-called refugees who would be resettled in America and all over American communities all over next year. He's expanding that number. But the travel ban was so strong, it was so good. When a country was angry at us, when they were bad, when they had people that wanted to blow our streets up and our stores up and set stores on fire and set our cities burning, we had a travel ban. We said, no, thank you. You can keep them. We're not letting them in. He is now officially ended the travel ban. It's a disgrace.
There's like fucking 10 Afghan refugees in the country, and this motherfucker still wants people to go out and murder them. Like, what a psycho.
Biden did not even say the word China in his UN speech because he's too compromised to take them on. And he only briefly mentioned Afghanistan because his withdrawal has been such a disaster for him and our country, and by the way, for his poll numbers, which have tanked.
Piece of shit.
In short, after just 8 months, Joe Biden is already the biggest failure ever to occupy the Oval Office. And I can think of a couple of people. I'll tell you what, Jimmy Carter is extremely happy right now. So is another president, but I won't mention his name because there might be about 3 people here that thought he was okay. This is what happens when you have a dishonest election. This is all about a rigged election. None of these disasters ever should have been allowed to happen. Last week it was painstakingly revealed by Durham. You know Durham, the Durham report. We've been waiting. Thank you, Durham.
What the fuck, Durham?
Thank you. Mr. Durham, we've been waiting, but he came out with a big one, and
What the
perhaps
fuck?
they're going to come out with a lot more, because this should be
Durham
just the beginning.
operations, dude.
The Durham investigators at the Russia hoax was indeed a total scam
The number
made
one
up by
crusty
crooked
anarchist
Hillary
of all
Clinton and the
time.
Democrats. How would you like to have her as your wife?
Our very own anarchist, crusty anarchist, is got pushed away because I stopped watching his videos, and now he's a Trump fan.
No, but think of this. I mean, Bill Clinton, he's living in fear. He's living in fear. No, think about an evil mind like that. To
Wait,
make
Bill
up a
Clinton is
Russia
living in
hoax.
fear?
You know, I'll tell you a quick little story. Should I, or should I
I feel like
just
his
go
brain
for
is
it?
too melted to actually live in fear, dude.
But, no, it's just crazy. I kept hearing the word, like, Russia, because during my campaign, before you heard about the so-called Russia hoax, people would come up with me and they'd say, sir, my campaign people, sir, do you ever hear anything about Russia? And I said, no, not really. I mean, Russia is Russia, right? They're ripping us off just like every other country in the world. Now, by the way, they're really ripping us because of what they've done with energy. They're making a fortune because of it. I ended the pipeline and he approved it, but he knocked out the Keystone, didn't he, huh? But they'd say, sir, an innocent, young, great people, they love our country. Sir, another one coming up a couple of months later. Sir, did you ever hear anything? Do you know anything about Russia? No. Then a third one comes up a month later. Sir, do you have anything to do with Russia? No. After about 4 or 5 times, you know the way it is, I said, what the hell is going on with Russia? And that's what's going on with Russia. They made up a hoax, and we had to live with it for 3 years. What kind of a sick, perverted mind does that? And it was the lawyer and Hillary Clinton and the Democrats, they made it up. It was a hoax. And now they're doing it again with the January 6th, okay? They're doing it again. They're doing it again. We went through 3 years of hell battling this fake charge that was only allowed to happen because the media was complicit, as they always are for the Democrats. And it was totally criminal what took place. And I think you'll be seeing a lot of things about it. But this, in other words, it is officially now a hoax. Most of you knew that from the beginning. And you'd see this guy, Shifty Schiff, Adam Shifty Schiff. President Trump is a paid worker for Russia. I said, what the hell do I have to do with Russia? Adam Shifty Schiff, and now he's doing it again. The same guy, the same face, that same watermelon-shaped face. You know, he wanted to be a part of the administration. They didn't want to put him in. I give my credit to Biden on that one. He's very, very disappointed about that. But the same guy that would get up at a microphone and say, President Trump's son is involved with Russia. I'd call, Don, do you have anything to do with Russia? He didn't know what the hell I was talking about. He thought I was crazy. Eric.
Shift.
And these are good kids. They work their asses off for the country, I want to tell you. What a shame. For 3 years we went through it, and now it's revealed.
Why do I have
that it
nothing
was
to
a total
say
hoax.
now?
We knew it anyway, but now it's official. They said it's criminal. And it was paid for by the Democrats and paid for by Hillary Clinton and some.
Bro, this is literally the worst chat. I found the worst chatter. Following this A21, of course. Trump's live betting odds from underdog to 200 plus to now favorite minus 275, not looking good. Comes in here and asks for fucking money for groceries. You're kidding, right? No offense, but those cops do more in 1 hour than you've done it in your entire life. So many stupid libs in here, lol. Just like shitty libs and shitty Jews and shitty black people. That's what he said. Okay, and now you're saying, yeah, just like shitty libs. Yeah, quiet now, Hasan, you stupid libs. Stay quiet. Why you got nothing to say now? And then he fucking spammed himself into a timeout. My lord, dude. I mean, no, not a new pet, dude. Come on, we don't fucking care about. I mean, racism and anti-Semitism, like, that's not happening. You know what I mean? That's a wrap for this guy. Lol, I'm just kidding. Lol, I'm just kidding. I'm new here. Can you explain your political view to get a better understanding? Oh my God, the worst fucking type of spammer too. I was just doing pretend racism, dude. What a nice guy. Now he can't even subscribe and avoid the top of the hour ad break. You know what I'm saying? Whereas those who can subscribe will avoid the top of the hour ad break that's coming right now if they want an ad-free broadcasting experience, that is.
State.
That's right.
Raffensperger.
You don't want to subscribe, which Prime is free though. But if you don't want to subscribe, you can also use an ad blocker or VPN. Here's the 1 minute ad break now, boys. That's right.
And sometimes, yes, I'm going to look at nothing ever happens. Raffensperger.
Thank you,
really
Estragol, for the
him.
5 gifted subs.
Your terrible lieutenant governor who's no longer running because he knew that he wasn't doing a job he was going to lose. And your rhino governor, Brian Kemp, who's been a complete disaster on election integrity.
I love that Brian Kemp is a rhino.
And I'm not looking to say that. I'm not looking to say that. He's been a complete and total disaster on election integrity. If you go in with a complaint about election integrity, you get investigated instead of investigating a crooked election. It's the craziest.
What?
And you know, and some of you know this story, I was called by a very good friend of mine who happens to be here tonight. Sir, could you please endorse? I think we're 148-2 with endorsements. They like my endorsement. It's never happened before. Sir, could you please endorse Brian Kemp? I said, who the hell is Brian Kemp? This is at the beginning. There were 4 or 5, I think it's 5, but there were 5 guys, 5 people running, 5 men were running. And he was in last place, doing poorly. And I made the mistake. I listened to this gentleman, who's a great guy, actually. And I said,
do people know that Pokemon is coming on your IRL stream for Tuesday, or was that a secret? Motherfucker, I don't even know what's going on. Apparently you do? Least deranged fucking stalker, dude. Holy shit.
He probably would have. But he didn't say anything bad. I said, you know what? I'll endorse him. I endorsed Brian Kemp. The primary was like immediately following the endorsement. Immediately. And he won. He ends up going from last place or just about last place.
Do we think it's the same creepy dude?
In a landslide. Then I had to get him past good old Stacy. I had to get her past Stacy. He got it. He said, sir, right? We had, I guess, 2 rallies. One had 52,000 people.
We're not going to ban him. That doesn't narrow it down. There's like one fucking really deranged one.
11 months, Hasanabi believes Trump is controlling Biden.
What was his username? That dude's log. His username is LA Tuesday 28.
And that's okay. Stacy, would you like to take his place? It's okay with me. She still has not conceded.
Wait, Shrimp Bayless? What the fuck is that?
But we had, just so you understand, we had the most incredible rallies. The most incredible rallies. And I said, Brian, you're going to win. Oh, I don't think so. No, you're going to win.
Why does it say Shrimp Bayless?
By like 2 points, right?
Wrong guy, bro.
When I called him about election integrity.
Oh, that was the racist guy. I was just joking.
I said, no. Yeah, actually, it was very interesting. I called my people. I said, you know, we got to find out what happened with this election because there's something
what this
wrong
fucking
with this
psycho's saying now.
And has been covered by, other than the fake news, has been covered pretty good. But if these guys would come back, sir, we spoke to Governor.
He said, yeah, I'm that psycho.
Anything on election. No.
Yeah, I'm the deranged stalker, dude.
Maybe he never got the message.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Governor Kemp won't do anything on election integrity. Remember, we wanted to call a special election so that we could go, Marjorie, so we could go into election integrity. What is wrong with that? And he said, no, we weren't. And I think the governor is the only one that can call it, right? And he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it. So when these guys, they're young and nice guys, they came back. They said, he won't do it, sir. I said, Let me handle it. This is easy.
You know you're being racist a lot of the time too. You boil a lot of things down to color. Oh no, this motherfucker put a U in the color, dude. That's right.
You remember that word from the fake Ukraine deal? The fake
I'm still
Ukraine-
waiting
we
for a
had
gift, to be
Russian
honest. Wasting my prime on another lefty lol.
Ukraine, they were both fake
You don't
news.
educate, you chastise people with
I got
different
impeached
views.
twice on
Why
fake
is it all about
news.
skin color?
But I said to these young people, let me handle it. I was going to show them how good I am. Let me handle it. I'll call them up. I said, Brian, listen, you know, you have a big election integrity problem in
A
Georgia.
lot of Brits are
I hope
outing
you
themselves
can
in
help
the
us out
chat,
and
and
call
Canadians.
a special election, and let's get to the bottom of it for the good of the country. Let's get to the bottom of it for the good of your state. Let's go, election integrity. What could be better than that? Sir, I'm sorry, I
Thanks
cannot
for
do that.
everything you do, Hassel. Your
Well,
content helped me.
I said
escape
you
the
cannot
right-wing
do
vector
that.
Pipeline.
And that's why, let me tell you, this guy's a disaster. He's a disaster. They ignore, and you know, he's been a real horrible. I could have anybody else. You have another bad one, by the way. You have another bad one, Ducey in Arizona. He's another beauty. But not as bad as what you have here. Not as bad. They ignored monumental evidence of rampant fraud. We've all seen the video of ballots being pulled out from under the tables after kicking out all of the observers. Remember that? Based on a made-up story of, sir, there's a major water main break, clean out, right? Water main break that never happened. Remember they said, water main break, everybody get out. And then the people came back in and they was stuffing.
Yeah, totally. They needed to cheat in like majority black. Well, not a majority, but like an area with like a lot of Democratic voters, a lot of black voters. The one county in Georgia. That's where they had to cheat for the Democrat to win. He's still talking about this in 2021. It's fucking wild, dude. How are people not bored of this? Like his fans, I mean.
I saw him being interviewed by Laura Ingraham, who's fantastic. And he was interviewing, although it was a very soft interview in this case, but she's fantastic. And I don't say he's a man of large stature. I'm being very nice, okay? And he said, I love
you,
football.
Hassan, and chat
And she
Hassan.
said, what position do you play? I'm an offensive tackle in high school. Now, even in high school, he was not an offensive tackle, okay? And somehow I remembered that. I don't know why. Herschel saying, what the hell was that all about, sir?
Thank you for this stream. I had no idea that Trump was doing a rally. His streams are delisted on YouTube. I love Trump and think that he will win next election because of inflation. I was wondering if you could explain what's wrong with being racist.
I'll tell you, a couple of people do when they're legislators and they're here right now, but they didn't want to do anything about it in the agreement.
The only thing that's wrong with being racist
by the state legislature anyway. It wasn't even approved.
is
Just
that
recently
many
it
more
was
races are
reported.
not dying of
Your
COVID
state, this
than
isn't
the current amount.
Arizona now. This is the great state of Georgia. It was reported that 43,000
In a video game.
absentee ballot votes were counted in DeKalb County that violated the chain of custody rules, okay? Now, you have to remember that Georgia was decided
Motherfucker
by
said,
only
what's wrong with racism, bro? I don't know, man. Just look to the history.
in the election. But we have many, many more votes than we needed to win the election. I recently sent the Georgia Secretary of State a letter outlining the glaring issue, and I've never gotten a response. I hear somebody said, they're looking at me for questioning the election. That'll be an interesting one. Let's go after Trump because he's questioning the election. You know what? If I won or lost, all I want is a fair election. That's all you want. But I have no doubt that we won, and we won big. Listen to these numbers. These are Georgia numbers, and these come from the state, they told me. I said, are you sure these numbers are right? They said they're right, so let me apologize if they're not. But they are right. There are 10,300 individuals in Georgia who moved
Hachumar
more than 30
2020
days
just won a
before
fair
the
election.
November election to a different county in Georgia, but failed to re-register and vote. in their current county of residence. That means their votes don't count.
Dude,
Their
why?
votes counted.
It's like the
There are
normal speed, man. Shut
4,052
up.
individuals who
Yes,
voted.
shut up.
But whose
I
names
ignored
do
you.
not
Take an hour
appear
off.
on the Georgia registered voter list. Oh, that's a little bit of a problem. There are 18,325
This is just the
individuals
Disney ride for
in
the
Georgia
racist
who
and
voted,
delusional.
whose addresses are recorded on the U.S. Postal Service as vacant. They're vacant. It's vacant. During the hand recount, falsified tally sheets were discovered showing unanimous votes and votes counted exclusively for...
I want Donald Trump to win, so he'll just shut the fuck up about, you know, how he lost the election, but he actually didn't.
duplicated votes.
He'll be forced to get new content.
3,090 extra votes for Joe Biden. In Fulton County, 100,000 tally sheets for mail-in ballots were missing for months following the election. Oh, gee, I wonder how that happened. Georgia officials also took $45 million from Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg to fund election-related activities.
That's right, actually. I totally forgot. He didn't shut the fuck up when he won the election either. Never mind.
Over 90% of this funding, they
It's just
said,
like it's a lose-lose no matter what.
November election was given to Democrat areas of the state and used to boost Democrat voter
Oh my God, did
turnout.
someone
What's that
die
all
behind
about?
him?
You know, they have a limit
Oh my
of
God,
like
they're
5,000
fucking dousing water on someone back there. Oh my God. Hog down. Hog down.
That's for the famous drop boxes that you hear about, where a vast percentage of the votes in the unlocked and unguarded boxes were for Biden.
Bro, that old lady.
Biden, even though we know who.
It's
most of them
what the
were.
fuck,
According
dude.
to True the Vote. Great.
Oh my God.
7% of the drop box
Oh
vote
my
was
God, that's
illegally
happening
dropped.
right in front of our
That's
eyes, dude.
92,000 votes in the Atlanta
Folks,
metropolitan.
somebody needs to bring her ivermectin.
We're talking about a little more than 11,000, 92,000. That's one of many categories. In addition, a new investigation by True the
Somebody
Vote,
bring her some
very
goddamn
respected group,
ivermectin,
alleges
folks.
a gigantic illegal ballot harvesting operation involving large numbers of people throughout the state. With all of these discrepancies and criminal acts, Governor Kemp and Raffensperger and your Attorney General, who unfortunately has not decided to get involved, other than looking at people that are questioning the votes, aren't interested in the people that committed the voter fraud. They're only interested
he's
in
still going.
others because they bring voter fraud to the forefront.
She got like heat exhaustion or some shit. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh, it's happening right behind him. Oh, that's so bad.
Never, ever happens
Thank
again.
God our boys in the blue are here. Give her some ivermectin, folks. There, that's right.
Even the Fulton County DA, district attorney, is after me. But no one is willing to give us the information we want in Fulton County. And you know, Fulton County has a
Oh no.
reputation for voter corruption, probably among the worst in the country. They say I'm
Bro,
being
at
aggressive.
Trump rallies, people pass out all the time. This is the first time that it's happened right behind him. And usually when it happens in front of him, he stops. He goes, hey, get some help over there. And then, like, you know, they'll clap for the fucking first responders. You know what I mean? It's never happened behind him. He's still
Today,
going.
we also got the results of the Arizona audit, which were so disgracefully reported by those people right back there. And the headlines claiming that Biden won. That Biden won are fake news and a very big lie. You know, they like to. Do you ever notice when they write
Wait.
about that?
Imagine dying and the last thing you hear is Trump rambling about election fraud. First of all, that's the best death a hog could ever wish for. Are you kidding me?
It's just total misinformation. Wow, they're totally
Being carried up to the pearly gates. I mean, you're going to hell if you're a Trump supporter, regardless. But like,
There's no reason
you know, being carried up to purgatory
piles and piles of information.
as the last thing you hear is Trump's comforting voice.
It's a disgrace.
I don't know, crying about some random shit that literally does not impact that person at all.
At a level
Like-
that you wouldn't believe.
Folks, Greg Gutfeld has been very mean to me. Fox News is no longer as good, believe me.
Smile.
They're the lying Fox News. They're clever like a fox, I say. As you're like, you're like, gargling fucking blood as you pass out. Your fucking lungs collapse. There's no way that they can pump oxygen to your body anymore. And that's what Trump is saying in the background.
And likewise, CNBC, and likewise,
he's talking about the ratings. As he's talking about ratings.
And by the way, Greg Gutfeld is #1 in the evening now, and he's on cable. And he's great. But he's #1. He's beaten because they're not funny. These people aren't funny. Frankly, I think they're sick. There's nothing funny about it. But you have a cable person beating all these guys with all that money. I hope Fox is going to pay Greg what they're making. Add it up together. That's what I did on The Apprentice. I said, I have higher ratings than all these big stars on The Apprentice. I said to NBC at the time, they loved me so much during The Apprentice. They went bad. Well, they didn't want me to run. They didn't want me to run. They said, please, another 3 years, another 5, we'll do whatever. They did not want me to run. They said, you won't win. Why would you give up a primetime show that's doing so well? And then I did it, and look what happened. My life was so simple. My life was so simple, I should have just, but you know what? What we've done is so important. What we've exposed is so important. What we're doing and what we're going to do is going to be the most important of all. Okay?
Go play the lottery? Dude, my only skill is predicting hog talking points. Even though I just predicted a Greg Gutfeld mention, but he positively covered Greg.
But they had headlines that Biden wins in Arizona when they know it's not true. He didn't win in Arizona. He lost in Arizona based on the forensic audit. And some people say, and I understand this, and I have great, great friends that really want what's best for us. They say, sir, you're leading in every poll by numbers like nobody's ever seen before. Think to the future, not to the past. And I say, if we don't think about the past, you'll never win again in the future because it's all rigged. It's all rigged. I understand what they're saying, but it's all rigged.
That's right, brother.
And it's a massive disinformation campaign by the corrupt and very fake media. It's a disinformation. So here's what they say. Here's what they say. You ready? This is from the report. How do we look up there? Okay, they're not bad. Let's see. Oh. That's a nice screen. Who the hell else gives you a screen like that? Who else? So
wait, the Asian people behind him have like the rice farmer hats, and then also regular MAGA hats underneath it. That's crazy.
Things include, ready?
What is that hat called? Like the straw hat?
344 mail-in ballots were counted, despite the person no longer living in that address. Oh, that's good. So they mailed in, but there's nobody living there, 23,000. The entire margin in the state was only 10,457 votes. So remember this, because each one of these categories are more than you need. More than you need. So you have 10,000, a little over 10,000 votes that I, quote, lost by. But all these things happened. There were 17,322 duplicate ballots, which renowned computer scientist Dr. Shiva
Why are they wearing
identified as
masks?
having surged right after the election.
Like why is he wearing? He's the only person in the crowd wearing a mask.
November 9th, scores of mail-in ballot duplicates emerged. Duplicates, you know what a duplicate is, right? Oh, how did that happen? 96% of the ballots that came in on 2 of these days were duplicates. There were 2,382 votes who voted in person, even though they had moved out of the county. Oh.
You think that like he wore the mask because like he was worried that people around him are going to be like, oh, you're Asian, you must be Chinese, it's the Chinese virus? Or do you think he wore the mask because like, you know, he's like legitimately concerned about COVID, like wants to show support but is actually worried about like catching COVID?
Up to 5,295 what they call overvotes. It's an overvote. In other words, you know, you're supposed to vote in 1 county, not 2. How many people voted in 3 or 4, I wonder? There were at least 282 dead people who happened to vote. Maricopa County's official canvass recorded 3,432 more ballots cast than people they recorded as having cast a vote. That's tough, right? 277 precincts have more ballot cast than people. So they have more ballots cast than they have people, resulting in at least 1,551
Asians are known to wear masks, dude.
1,041 mail-in votes.
Guys, chat.
And voters. Well,
The Asian understander has logged on, chat.
Because the fake news
You assume it's to do with COVID. Asians are known for wearing masks, dude.
9,041
Yeah,
mail-in voters returned
because
more ballots.
a lot of Asian countries are polite
How does that happen?
and also understand epidemiology, so they wear masks when they're sick.
By a very respected group. 255,300.
Sometimes with COVID, but usually with the flu and shit. It's just like respectful to be.
255,326 early votes do not have a corresponding record in the county's voter file. Oh, that's interesting. And 284,412 ballots and ballot images were, quote, corrupt or missing. This is from their report. I didn't write this report. This is findings. They call it findings. And then the fake news
No, they used to wear masks even before. Yeah, for fucking pollution.
A little over 10,000, hundreds
or
of
when
thousands
someone
of
is
votes
sick.
we're talking about. All of this was found without being given access to the routers, which county officials ruthlessly withheld. They didn't want to give those routers under any circumstances. They had to be fought all the way. The county, the people that run the county, they fought us not me. They fought the Senate. They fought the Senate of Arizona. And the governor, Ducey, was horrible. He was missing in action. He was actually against it. Nonetheless, the auditors discovered
For the people who are asking, what's the benefit of
him?
What's the benefit of him continuing to talk about the election? Like, is this going to go on for the whole time Biden's in office? Yes. The benefit of Trump talking about the election over and over again is to gear up the conservative base for the upcoming elections when the Republican legislatures all around the country that recently passed bills to overturn the election results, if need be, can turn around and say, hey, we told you the election was stolen. We lied to you over and over again. And now it's the truth. Like, you literally believe it. It doesn't matter if it's not true or not, but you believe it. So now that's the reason why we're going to overturn the Democratic results, like overturn the results that were democratically achieved in areas where Democrats won. And that's precisely why he's like constantly bringing that up, because the more you weaken election integrity with your rhetoric, the more you talk about how the election was stolen, the more people believe that the elections are being stolen all the time. It's like the same kind of fucking lie that you repeat that ultimately becomes a truth in your mind, like about undocumented immigrants causing crime. Right? He repeats it despite the fact that there is only empirical evidence to show the exact opposite of that. Undocumented immigrants are responsible for less crime per capita than natural-born U.S. citizens. But in the eyes of a lot of these fucking dipshits, like, that's, no one will ever believe that. And just like he will consistently keep saying the election is stolen over and over and over again, so that when, you know, Republicans lose elections, the Republican legislatures can change that outcome and be like, yeah, the election was stolen. Donald Trump has been warning you for a long time. And the audience is ready for that. They won't think that that's undemocratic, and they won't care.
Now, this is the most interesting part of the speech. The rest of my speech you've sort of heard before, right? Regarding ghost votes, Maricopa County recorded an estimated 96,000 mail-in votes that could not have been physically cast by the voter, that the vote was registered to, could not have been done by the voter that it was registered to. 96,000, that's 9 times more than I need right there. That's just one little category. And the media aren't reporting this stuff. They're saying that the election results are fine. It's just not acceptable. Just like they don't want to talk about Afghanistan or Hunter Biden's corruption. That's the other thing that came out today. You see that? They delayed the Hunter Biden corruption because they didn't want it to hurt Joe Biden's chances of election. And look what happened with Joe Biden as your president. Our country has gone to hell.
This guy, Biden killed our Marines, then checked his watch. He killed them. He literally was like, "What's going on, Jack? Is it Marine murder time or what?" That's what he did. He shot the Marines. Dude, imagine. Really, dude? Listen, bro, if you're going to get killed by a fucking 800-year-old cadaver, then, you know, sorry. Who's not even aware of where he is at half the time. Like, if that's what happened in your mind, then I don't know, dude. I guess it was your fucking time to go.
And I love you too. You're incredible people. You're incredible people. And they're trying to take our country away, and they're trying to steal our country, and they're going to ruin our country. And once it's destroyed, remember I used to say, we will not become Venezuela? This is what's happening. No, this is what's happening. You take a look at Venezuela. They can't get water. They can't get anything. They're living in hell. We will not.
What socialist policies have we implemented that has caused America to turn into Venezuela? I wonder.
Venezuela very soon.
Like, I always want to know.
Going the way they're going, and this is all done in a period of less than 9 months. Think of it. This destruction.
In 9
of
months, America became Venezuela.
Our military in retreat. We've never had a military retreated before.
Wait, what?
I mean,
bro, he literally retreated. He's the one who called it.
$1 billion worth of equipment. Why would you leave brand new Black Hawk helicopters, the greatest machine? Why would you leave millions and millions? Why, as an example, there was no reason. We had it so under control. We were getting the hell out of there. But everybody would have come out. We would have then taken the equipment. I even gave an expression. I want every screw, every bolt, every nail. I want the tents that the equipment is. I want everything. Millie said to me one time, I'll never forget it, "Sir, it's more expensive. It's more expensive, sir, to take the equipment than."
Wait, he's right.
Have a $10 million tank. You put it on a plane, and that's more expensive than leaving it.
Yeah, that's literally right.
It's more expensive, and I never forgot that statement because.
Oh my God, but that's true.
But you know what I did say? I said.
That's so funny,
so
dude.
Brand new aircraft just
He's like actually
and
correct.
It's sitting on the runways, and our soldiers are fleeing and surrendering to guys with knives. Good fighters, by the way.
How can it be true?
I forgot what I wanted to say.
I got along with very well. They understood. They're not gonna.
Bro, I love this. I love how fucking ignorant people are, where it's literally like,
but they would have.
Like this fucking dumbass General Mark Milley, you know, Maoist Milley.
It would have been so much more effective.
Tells Donald Trump the truth, and then he relays that information in a sarcastic tone, and everyone's like, "Yeah, that's right. What a fucking idiot!" Like, I bet there's actual active, I mean, not active, but like veterans in that crowd, like plenty of hog veterans, who also are agreeing with Donald Trump right now. That's how powerful that fucking propaganda is. They're like, "Yeah, that's right." It's like, even though they literally know the truth.
Space Force, don't forget Space Force. I rebuilt. So why wouldn't you bring over real fast? First of all, you shouldn't have left anything behind. So I don't even like this idea. But assuming they really wanted to leave it behind because they're stupid, why wouldn't you bring over 200 pilots? Just take the planes and fly them to Pakistan, and then you bring them over, or fly them to some other country of which we give them all so much money that they all treat us well, okay? You know, we get ripped off by everybody.
Bro, he's like, why won't they fly like 40-year-old equipment to Pakistan? Like, what?
No idea what they were doing. They said, no, well, we disabled it.
Why wouldn't they just fly the fucking old ass, instead of decommissioning the helicopters like they did? Why wouldn't they just fly them over to Pakistan?
They have goggles, the likes of which nobody, the goggles.
So, okay, so they just give it to Pakistan then. If Joe Biden handed those to Pakistan, Donald Trump literally would have been like, he's giving it to Pakistan. It's a nuclear power Muslim country, real bad. They created the Taliban.
Machine guns, hundreds of, we left it there. There was no reason to leave it there. We could have taken a year, 2 years, 4 years, or 2 months to get the hell
Dude,
out.
the people who are saying we have a base in Pakistan, what is the base going to do with 30-year-old like Russian helicopters that we left behind that we decommissioned? Like, you think the American military didn't account for that? Like, what is this fucking dumb take, dude? This is like, this is the funniest, most idiotic, like, fucking hot couch rhetoric I've ever engaged in. It's like, it's worse than Monday morning quarterbacking because, dude, we already paid for all that shit. All that equipment is damaged. All that equipment is dog shit. It's old as fuck. It's extremely expensive to fucking run and operate. Okay? Even if you have the technical proficiency to fucking figure out how to fly a Black Hawk helicopter, the one fucking Afghan National Security Forces member that actually got like, actually listened to the fucking training, knows how to fly. There's like one dude in the country that knows how to fly it. It doesn't matter. The maintenance is insanely expensive. Okay? And it's literally old.
41 legislators from across the nation wrote an open letter to the American people calling for audits in all 50 states and decertification of the election where appropriate, a total decertification. It is clear in Arizona that they must decertify the election. You heard the numbers. And those responsible for wrongdoing must be held accountable. It was a corrupt election. And it's my opinion, by the way, that Georgia is far worse. And hopefully the Arizona Attorney General, a good man, will do far more for his state than your Attorney General has done for your state. Because your Attorney General has not done what he's supposed to be doing. And what he's supposed to be doing is free and clear and non-corrupt elections. And they're not doing that. We must elect strong, brave America first leaders who will be true champions for the people and for free, fair, and honest elections. And we must demand election integrity at all costs. If we don't have borders, if we don't have elections, if we don't have our military back and strong, I rebuilt the military, and now look what happens. They're giving it away to the enemy. To think 28 Apache helicopters, you don't know. I hate to use the term, but it's considered, I didn't want to use it before. I said machine, but it's considered the most incredible killing machine. That's a horrible term, right? But it's the most incredible killing machine.
Hey, I mean, that's what the military does.
An Apache helicopter over the horizon, lifting up. You know what happens to that tank operator? He gets the hell out of there because he doesn't have a chance. They hit him with a missile right down the middle of the gun. They hit him with a missile right down that barrel. They go boom. That goes right in from 5, 6, 7 miles away. The tank shoots at him, and it's going like this, and they're waving.
I love that in Trump's like fake evacuation plan that he has in his mind, the American military would have been fucking overtaken and murdered by the Taliban before they actually took all of the gear. Personally, after murdering everyone that stayed behind.
Some really great leaders, including
maybe not Bagram Air Base, because that shit is a fucking fortress from what I understand, but like so many more American soldiers would have fucking died if they stayed behind to defend like 30, 40-year-old equipment. Like, that's so
Jody
stupid.
is running against one of the worst Secretary of States in America, Rhino Brad Raffensperger, who's trying to turn the tables on me because I'm fighting for election integrity. Come on up here, Jody. Come on. This guy's a great congressman. He didn't need this. And I'll say this for him. I didn't call him. He's a congressman.
What's your military experience? Fucking your girlfriend when, or wife, sorry. Well, now my girlfriend, when you were overseas.
Do this for the good of my country. He told me that because, to be honest, I was surprised. Here's a congressman who's loved in his district, who's got no problems, no election problems. He could be there forever. And he said, I want to do this because what's happened to the state of Georgia is a disgrace. Say a couple of words, Jody, please. Thank you.
Nobody understands the disaster of the lack of election integrity like the people of Georgia. And now is our hour to take it back. We've got incredible leadership from President Trump, and we need this kind of leadership again. Mr. President, thank you for your endorsement for me in running for Secretary of State. the greatest president in our lifetime, a greatest fighter of our lifetime. God bless you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Jody.
It's just really funny because, like,
the great man, great gentleman.
like what I'm talking about with respect to evacuation
Jody, you had it made.
is just
You
normal
could've stayed
American
where you
military
were.
protocol. Like, you might be
That's what
upset
we
about
love
it, but that's what we've done historically.
He loves the state.
We destroy the
He loves
equipment
the
because
state.
shipping it
We're
back
also
is a
delighted to be
multi-billion-dollar
joined by your
endeavor.
next
Why would you
Lieutenant
ship it
Governor,
back when it's already been paid for,
a man who really
and new ones that have been
fight
replaced
very hard for
have already been
election
built?
integrity.
We already gave a
He got
contract
shut
out
down everywhere
to
he went.
every
They wanted
fucking
to
military
shut
industrial
down.
complex
They didn't wanna
company
have election integrity.
to
Bert
replenish
Jones. Bert, come up
the
there, Bert.
tanks that we were going to leave behind in Afghanistan. Most of that equipment, with the exception of like fucking pickup trucks and shit, get destroyed.
Come up, Bert. Great job.
What do you want? You want the fucking scraps? Like, I don't understand. I mean, I don't give a fuck.
Don't y'all love this man?
Bro, literally why does every Georgian he bring on stage look inbred? It's crazy. What's going on?
Continue to fight for this country, fight for our state. Thank you so much for endorsement. And I can assure you, if I'd been our lieutenant governor, we would have gotten to the bottom of this thing. So,
No doubt.
so thank you very much, and thank you very much, and God bless.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bert. Great guy. He's another one. He loves you and he loves our state, this state. In addition, we absolutely must take back your U.S. Senate seat from the radical left liberal Raphael Warnock, who nobody knew who the hell he was. And then a lot of crazy things happened. All of a sudden, he's a U.S. Senator. How did that happen? But that's why I'm especially proud to welcome a man who truly knows how to win. The United States of America is so proud of this man, one of the greatest athletes.
Yeah. Republicans are worried. I'm stealing this joke from the chatter. Republicans are worried that they're going to build Iron Man from the decommissioned fucking helicopter parts.
School that you love very much.
Taliban's going to come out like in a year out of the caves with like Iron Man equipment
Every record. Come on
flying
up here,
around and
Herschel
shit. They're going to
Walker,
take,
come up
and then they're
here.
going to fly it to America.
You know, Herschel is not only a
Oh, Jesus. Here
Georgia
we go.
hero, he is an American legend. Herschel is a legend, born and raised in this state. Herschel became one of the
Didn't he
greatest
participate in that
football
fucking
players of all
strike that
time.
we watched?
And I don't want to get in trouble, but I
Wasn't he
guarantee
literally
I
like
watched him, and he was the
one of the
greatest player
leaders
that
in the
Georgia
strike in
ever had.
1984, right?
As a
Or did he
Georgia
scab?
Bulldog, he was a three-time All-American and a Heisman Trophy winner before going to an outstanding career in the NFL. He was great in the NFL. A lot of people don't know him as much for that, but he had a tremendous career. Herschel has been one of the greatest athletes in America, and I know he will go down also as one of the greatest senators in America. So Herschel, please say a few words. Thank you, man.
He loves Herschel
Well,
Walker
I'll tell you
loves
what, can you
Trump.
not tell this man loved the United States of America? And I just want to thank him again.
Some of you
for
don't
all
remember,
you've
but
done
he
for me,
spoke
not
at the
just for
RNC.
endorsing me for this Senate
And of
run,
course
but we've been
did
together for a
what
long time.
literally every black
And I said it a
conservative was
long time
hired
ago,
to
a
do
great
at the
man,
RNC, which
great
was,
leader.
I know
And
real
I'll be a leader
racism.
like
Donald
him
Trump
when I
is
get
not
to
a
that Senate
racist.
seat to show everyone
Literally
I love
every
America.
single black
Thank you.
conservative
Thank you,
at the
Jordan, for
RNC
welcoming our
was
great
brought up
president,
on the
the greatest
podium to be
president.
like,
I call
Donald
him
Trump
the
is not
people's
racist.
president.
Take it from a
So
black
thank
man.
you.
Donald Trump is not racist. I know what real racism is.
Great, Herschel. What a guy. What a guy. Thank you, Herschel. Get out, really work for him. Make sure we have an honest election, too.
His son is my favorite content creator, so like it's undefeated. There is
Thank you, Herschel.
not
Finally,
a
I wanna
single
thank some
better
of the
content
other
creator than his
terrific
son
Republican
on
leaders
this
that we
planet.
have some
I'm not
great
even
ones
joking
here
about this.
that are
Just
with
an,
us tonight. A friend of
just
mine.
an absolute,
and
it's like a
great
hurricane,
senator,
dude.
A man who,
It's a tornado.
I don't know. Are you going to run for governor, David Perdue? Are you going to run for governor? Where's David Perdue? Stand up, David. David Perdue.
Someone just realized
Are you running for
Christian
governor,
Walker.
David? Did I hear he's running?
Oh shit, that's his son?
Thank you, David. He's a great guy, and he loves this state, and he's done a fantastic job. Another good friend of mine right here in Perry, Georgia, secretary and former governor of your state for 8 years. He was term limited, or he'd still be here. Wouldn't we be happy if he was? Sonny Perdue, he did a fantastic job.
For those of you who don't know who Christian Walker
He did a
is.
fantastic job. They have good genes in that family.
For those of you who don't know
Thank
who
you, Sonny.
Christian
Great
Walker
job you did
is.
in the administration. We appreciate it. How much money did we get for the farmers? And I took it all out of China, huh? I charged them hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs, so we gave the farmers, what, $28 billion? And we had plenty left over for the country. But we gave the farmers didn't know what the hell they were doing. They never got money like this. And they didn't even want it. You know, I had farmers
That's right.
come to me, sir, we don't
Now
want
you
subsidy.
fucking know,
They actually
dude.
said, nobody said that to me when I was president. The farmers did. They said, sir, we just want a level playing
Oh,
field.
he's a
That's all
fucking
we
barb,
want.
all
It's an
right.
amazing thing.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh,
we gave
of
him
course he's a
$28
barb. Are you
billion
kidding me?
anyway, Sonny, and you did a fantastic
In many
job.
ways, he's actually a trendsetter amongst the barbs. I feel like he was a barb. He was the first white supremacist barb. You know what I mean? Like before, a lot more barbs turned white supremacists.
Great job. Thank you, Rick. Great guy, too.
Love you, man. You my
Andrew
favorite
Clyde.
friend. You
Andrew,
opened
thank
my
you.
eyes to stuff I already
Great
knew
job.
as a
Thank you,
teenager.
Andrew.
German,
Fantastic
35
people.
weeks living in America.
Austin
It's been fucking
Scott.
Crazy. Glad to be a
Hi,
part of
Austin.
the ride.
Thank you. Great being with you a little while ago. And a person who's very low-key, a person who I got to know really well,
Ball in your
a
face.
person that
Thank
the
you for
press
the
does not
15
treat
gifted subs.
fairly. And I will tell you right now, just in a sentence, she's really tough and she's really, really smart. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Very smart. They don't like to say that, do they? Huh? They don't. She is smart as hell. She knows what's going on. She knows what's going on. Thank you, Marjorie, and you are loved. You are loved all over the country, I will tell you that. Georgia Republican Party chair, somebody that's worked very closely with me and somebody that has really fought the good fight on the fraud that's taken place in your state, and he's fighting it right now. He's got so much information, and he wants to release it, and I guess he will be. Hopefully he will be soon. But he's a wonderful guy. The chairman, David Schaefer. David, thank you. Republican Party. Great job. A man who is running for governor, who is a friend of mine. I said, you know, you ought to be a Republican. He said, well, I don't know, but I sort of like a lot of Republicans, and he has the view of a lot of Republicans, and he really is. He's a good man. He's a great guy. He's smart. He's tough. Vernon Jones. Vernon, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Vernon.
In your chat box.
I just heard this guy's here. You know, he was a tough cookie. He was a great police commissioner of New York. I'm looking for you, Vernon.
This is Martha Who's Who of Peter.
Why are you that side, Vernon? Good job, Vernon. Thank you very much. Thank you. See, he's a rebel. He's a rebel. That's what people like about him. Good. Thank you, Vernon. Appreciate it. A man who did a tremendous job in New York. He was a big fan of Rudy Giuliani, who's a great guy, by the way. He was the greatest mayor in the history of the city of New York. That I can tell you. And did a great job. They come at him with barrels. They just want to blow people away. It's a disgrace. But this is a man who's tough as hell, tough as nails, and did an incredible job in New York. He's respected and loved by anybody and everybody. Bernie Carrick is around here someplace. Where's Bernie? Bernie, where's Bernie Carrick? He's around here. Thank you, Bernie. Great job you've done. And candidates for Congress, we have some really good ones. And tonight we have Rich McCormick and Jake Evans. Thank you. Thank you very much. And you're shaking it up. I hear you're going to do very well. And also a friend of mine for a long time. She's been with me when it wasn't really fashionable. Thank you, Alvita. She was with me when it wasn't so Good a thing. She's tough. She's tough and she's wonderful. She's a wonderful woman. Thank you, Alvita. I appreciate very much you being here. And this is an incredible, look at this crowd. Look at this crowd of patriots and the love they have. And you know, as we speak, there are people that are being held prisoner very unfairly, and that should not be allowed to happen. Or if it is going to happen, you have to treat all of the other sides, whether it's Antifa or BLM or others that burn down our cities. You have to treat people equally. That's one of the things we learned a long time ago. Of course, now they're trying to sell different history books than we used to get, but we're not going to let that happen. But we have people, and Ashley Babbitt, who was killed. She was the person that was killed during that day, that lousy day, that horrible day, but they killed Ashley Babbitt. And there was no reason to kill Ashley Babbitt. No reason whatsoever. So
damn, he's grieving.
Our hearts are with that group. And,
my man said
hopefully
ACAB,
that's gonna
dude.
all work out. I think
Donald
in the end
Trump
it's gonna
said
all
fucking
work
ACAB.
out.
That
It's
lousy
very-
day, by the way.
it's
What
a
happened on
very,
that lousy
very
day, bro?
unfair, very, very
Nothing
unfair
significant,
when you
I
see them
suspect.
burning down our cities like Portland and
Yeah,
St.
the-
Louis, and I could name city after city. Seattle, they take over Seattle. People get killed. Nothing happens to them. And then you see what happened in Washington, D.C. It's a disgrace.
Folks, by the
Under our
way,
administration, we accomplished
I'm really sorry to
more
report this, but
years
I have
of
to go.
Everything. We took care of people.
I
at
have
level
a thing going on
nobody
in a
has
little
ever
bit.
thought possible.
It's a really
No
big thing.
president, and I
It's
say
been
this,
something
and
that
I
we're
don't
I've been working on for a while.
president or
Not a
certainly
date.
very few
Well, I guess it's
have
kind of like a date.
accomplished
It's
what
not
we
shit camp.
accomplished in 4
It's not shit
years.
camp. It's something that I have been working on for a minute now. I'm very excited, and I think you guys will be excited too. I've just been, keeping it a secret for a while. I told you guys that I was gonna leave at 6, so I'm gonna run that last 3-minute ad break here, and I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow, of course.
We withdrew from the job-killing
Okay.
Trans-Pacific Partnership, stood up to China like
And,
nobody has ever stood up, taking in billions and billions of dollars from China.
I can't wait to tell you guys are gonna be excited. I think it's a secret, but it's gonna be a very fun one.
Money. $28 billion out of that money, and we had a lot left over.
Okay.
But Joe Biden is obliterating. He's just obliterating much of the hard-won success that we had. We had hard-won success, and that success is going to have to come back, or a country doesn't stand a chance.
Sorting
We're not
algorithms.
respected anymore as a country.
Can you
We're being
permaban
laughed at
that's
all
so
over the
Sam
world.
Stacy in your chat?
Afghanistan
Thanks.
was the single most
fuck
embarrassing
is
event,
that?
in my opinion, that's ever happened to our
Dude,
country.
when I walk away for like 5
And we're
seconds,
being
I get
laughed
the
at
most
all over
deranged
the
shit
world.
in my
Last month,
donos
the
and
economy
stuff.
added up
And sorting algorithms, thank you for the
to
50.
1/3 the
And lol
jobs
in your
that
face, thank
we
you for the
expected.
15.
So we expected
Gifted
to have
subs.
much better employment
1
numbers,
year
and
at
it
the
didn't
end of
work
the day.
out too
Let's go.
good.
Let's go.
The unemployment rate for black Americans increased to a very, very high 8.8%.
Anyway, folks.
You know, with me, they were way down and going a lot lower. Gas prices in
Don't you know
Georgia
you're
are
married
now
to chat?
almost 100% higher than they were just last year. And you know, when gas prices go up like that, that's like a massive tax increase. That's bigger
Are you
than
on
a
a date
tax
with my
increase.
wife?
Inflation
Yes, I am.
is rampant, and shortages are becoming widespread for all products. Anybody
I will see
having
you all
trouble getting
tomorrow, though,
products?
of course.
Everybody probably. Meanwhile, Biden and congressional Democrats are pushing the
And,
largest
that
tax
is, of course,
increase
before,
in the history of our country. We can't let that happen.